Hello everyone, this is PawsPlayer, and welcome back to another episode of my game review series, Pawsed. Tonight, it's all about the horror, so get ready for some spine-tingling, hair-raising action as we examine 3 drastically different horror games. The first game up for review is the indie RPG horror, It Moves, because what Pawsed review would be complete without at least one RPG horror game? Based off of the short story by Michael Whitehouse, It Moves revolves around a particularly special routine for a young child, bedtime. You play as a young boy who, after years of sharing a bedroom with his older brother, is finally moved into a room of his own. And that's where the horror begins. Every night at bedtime, the young boy is terrorized by an unknown entity and hellish nightmares, leaving the player questioning whether this is all real or simply a figment of the boy's imagination. Could the stress of being alone in a new room be driving the boy mad? Or is there something else, something much more sinister at work? During the game, you'll find very few items for the player to actually interact with. The player's purpose isn't so much to complete a set of tasks to advance further into the game, as it is to experience the surreal visions of a young boy who feels completely helpless and trapped, unable to defend himself from the monster haunting his room. Very few jump scares appear in the game. The horror is more subtle, relying on the heavy storytelling and haunting atmosphere for its scares. The graphics are beautifully dark and eerie, the setting constantly changing to allow the player opportunities to explore a vast variety of different locations. Although the storytelling is a vital aspect, I found some points in the game to be a little too word-heavy for me, but considering the game is based off of an actual story, I can understand why so much reading is implemented into the gameplay. The plot itself raises a fair amount of questions, and almost none of them are answered. But once again, the purpose of the game isn't so much about explanations or tasks, as it is about evoking feelings of helplessness and fear against an unknown, unexplainable enemy. Overall, It Moves is an enjoyable and impressive display of the RPG horror genre. Make sure to check it out on GameJolt and experience the well-portrayed horror tale for yourself. Now it's time to follow the White Rabbit into the place of our childhood dreams, Wonderland. In Alice Madness Returns, we once again reprise our role as the mentally disturbed and troubled Alice. After the death of her parents and sister, Alice descends into a state of guilt-ridden madness, affecting everything and everyone around her, including Wonderland. Upon returning to the world of your childhood, you discover that it is no longer the place it once was. A mysterious train is plowing its way through your precious Wonderland, corrupting, tainting, and defiling everything in its path. What is this train? Where did it come from? Could it possibly hold the key to unraveling the truth regarding your tragic past? There is only one way to find out. Be prepared to take up your trusty blade and slash your way to the truth. The story plot is a twisted tale told in a unique way that ties nicely into the gameplay. As you explore Wonderland, you'll uncover objects that are lost memories, each one revealing tidbits of your past and details surrounding the mysterious fire that caused your family's death. The ingenious method allows the player to uncover information during their journey without disrupting the flow of the actual gameplay. The voice acting is cast perfectly, the graphics splendidly done. The amount of detail and thought is evident in the creation of each different world and character that appear in the game. Wonderland's transition from a place of childhood wonders to a world of corruption and horror is a tragic blow not only to Alice but also to the player. The feelings of loss are portrayed perfectly as you watch your beloved Wonderland crumble to pieces. During your journey, you'll be given a diverse arsenal of weapons. Each are at your disposal as you progress in the game. The player can choose anything from a butcher knife to a pepper grinder to an adorable clockwork bunny bomb as a way to annihilate their enemies. The combat is challenging, even more so if you decide to go in on a higher difficulty setting. You'll face a vast array of enemies, who require not only certain weapons to be defeated, but also certain tactics. All your opponents will have different strengths and weaknesses that you'll have to discover and use to your advantage in combat. To put it simply, Alice Madness Returns is a great game, evenly balanced with combat and story plot. The graphics are breathtaking, and the characters are certainly memorable. So next time you have an itching for some well-done horror, make sure to give Alice Madness Returns a try. Death is no escape. That's the motto for our next game, Dead by Daylight, a multiplayer online survival horror game. The concept is quite simple. 4 survivors are dumped into a closed-off map and are pitted against an unstoppable killer. The survivor's goal? To find generators along the map and start them up, all while trying not to die. The killer's goal? To find the survivors trying to start the generators along the map and make sure that they die. The players can take on the role of killer or survivor, and each character has their own unique strengths and weaknesses. Some characters are more athletic and able to move faster. Others are more intelligent and able to repair generators quicker. The killers as well have their own unique characteristics. The trapper is one who can lay out hard-to-see traps along the map, making it easier for a survivor to be caught. It all depends on your preference and which character you like the best. As you play, you'll earn blood points. These are points that can be used in your blood web to purchase items, offerings, and different perks, each item giving you an edge in the game and higher chances of survival. The atmosphere is masterfully done. The audio cues and music alone are enough to get the player's heart pounding. The graphics are impressive and fairly detailed for an online multiplayer game. But more than that, Dead by Daylight offers up something different to the horror genre, the concept of teamwork. The more members you have and keep alive, the easier and quicker you can outwit the killer and escape. You'll need to aid your teammates by healing them or being healed and rescuing them from the dreaded hooks. You can choose to ignore your teammates in need and press onward, but the game certainly rewards those who lend a helping hand. The more people you aid, the more blood points you'll get. It's a nice change from the solo experience in most horror games. There's not much in the way of plot, but the game is a heck of a lot of fun to play, especially if you're playing with friends. And although the game could use more content in the way of different maps and character selections, it's certainly worth a look. My only real complaint concerning this game is the matchmaking. Be prepared to spend a ridiculous amount of time waiting to be matched up with other players in a lobby. It's the one issue that could be a real deterrent to players who don't want to wait 25 minutes to finally be paired up. All in all, with a few minor tweaks, this game could certainly be a must-have to any horror fans' collection. Make sure to go and check out Dead by Daylight now and see just how long you can survive. I hope you all enjoyed this episode of Pawsed. If you have any games you'd like me to play and try out, leave a comment down below. I'd love to check them out. Until I post again, guys and gals, keep gaming!